We're going to talk about empowerment. You know, what I found is that going through the motions of providing service is one thing. Exceptional, noticeable, unusual service is another thing. And the only way for an organization to deliver that is you got to have empowerment. See, successful people see themselves from their high points in life. And the reason we have to have empowerment is people's responsibilities have changed. You never know in your organization who an employee is going to interact with, who the email is coming from, who they're going to fax, who they're going to talk to, or who's going to walk through the door. You want to make sure the experience is awesome 100% of the time. Unfortunately, business has been misled into a strategy that favors the investments in machines and financial capital over the education and training of people. And what we're going to be doing is focusing on building and developing people. See, successful people see themselves from their high points in life, and I think you tend to succeed or fail by the image you hold in your mind. So to activate yourself, you got to really expect to succeed. So let's take a look at Webster's definition of empowerment. It's to give power, authority to authorize, to enable, to permit. Well, my definition of empowerment is giving employees the ability to do whatever they got to do on the spot to take care of a customer to the customer's satisfaction. See, if the customer doesn't win, your organization doesn't win. So when we talk about empowerment, we're talking about bending and breaking rules. And that means we need to teach employees to bend and break rules. And let me tell you what, employees love rules, they love policies, and they love procedures. And the more you got, the safer it is. So when we really summarize empowerment, it's just simply taking care of a customer to the customer's satisfaction, not to your organization's satisfaction. There are some tremendous fears of empowerment that employees have. The number one reason most employees are extraordinarily reluctant to use empowerment is they're afraid they're going to get fired. In fact, that's the number one, number two reason, number three reason, number four reason. It goes, incredible fear. Second reason people are a little concerned about using empowerment is they don't want to get screamed at. And all of a sudden they make an empowered decision and their supervisor says, you ever do that again, Sam, you are out of here. And then employees love rules. Oh my God, do they love procedures. They like the safety of these policies, and the more you can give them, they thrive on that because they can say, dear Mr. Customer, I can't do that. You see, we have a policy and we have a procedure at our company. See, it's a little bit like pouring gasoline on a fire when you talk about those. And then you got a lot of employees that love security and safety. So once again, it goes back down to the rules and policies and procedures. We have to overcome that if we're going to have empowerment. See, I think the only objective of every company should be to have millions and millions and millions and millions of over-happy customers. And if you do that, you'll make so much money. They're going to have armored trucks drive all of your extra revenue to the bank every day. 4 problems that we need to overcome if we're going to really implement empowerment. These are what I would call the 4 dirty little secrets of empowerment. One is executives are not overly anxious to trust customers. A lot of executives believe that their customers are lying cheats. Second problem that we have to overcome is that many executives don't trust the employees. So here we got lying, cheating customers taking advantage of our kind of dumb, stupid, ignorant employees. And so some of us are very reluctant to implement empowerment. By the way, no executive will ever admit these 4 dirty little secrets that I'm talking about. The third thing is that middle management is not overly anxious to have empowerment. See, if you really had empowerment, you don't need all those middle managers. And then the fourth thing that we have to keep in mind with empowerment is when employees go to bed at night, they don't go to sleep and say, dear God, please give me empowerment. Very few of your employees really, really want empowerment. We're going to talk about customer service role models and safety of policies, rules, and procedures. So if you're going to have an empowered workforce, you've got to bust out of these problems. See, the spirit of service that arises from basic personal feelings about self, work, and other people must come alive, stay alive, and flourish if an organization is to leap beyond the bounds of mediocrity. I think that training is the key to empowerment, and empowerment is the key to creating a service culture. You'll never be a service-driven organization unless you have absolute empowerment. And that means every single employee has to be trained on the art of customer service, has to be trained on empowerment, has to understand that there's nothing more important than taking care of a customer to the customer's satisfaction. See, as we take a look at this process, if you don't expect much of yourself, you won't deliver much. When you expect more of yourself, you accomplish more. So we have to reach a little bit higher in order to be empowered. You see, effective people are opportunity-minded. They feed opportunities. They starve problems. They plot to prevent problems. Ineffective people live from day to day, wasting their potential. You see, as we summarize here, boredom is a dead battery. It's a walking comma. The challenge for you and for I is to be empowered. The challenge is to make sure that you are driving an empowered workforce. And when somebody takes an empowered decision, I challenge you to celebrate that, to applaud it, to serenade it, to publicize it, so that more of your employees will be empowered. Thank you very much.